Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and a Merry Christmas to all viewers and our fans. You can see we all in sandals here and how do I say this? I know this is a long overdue video, but there's been a lot happening at the sole exception. In the showroom, there's been a lot happening in our shop, in the panel shop, and we actually didn't get to do or to get content out. So January should be a fun-packed month of content. But today we want to touch base quickly on
the competition.
Yeah. So we know we've been quiet, right? But we sent out our videos, our initial videos, and the response that we got from it, the number of entries that we got from it is crazy. So crazy in the sense where the number is there. We've got about 60 entries now, and in the last week we had like a rush of entries coming in.
60. That's a big number, right?
It's a lot. It's a lot to surf through and to go through and to try and finalize it. Also to try and check this.
Yes.
You know that you're battling with it. Not battling, but it's a lot to go through and listen to everybody's stories.
And there's some interesting stories in there. Very interesting.
There's I think 3 touching stories. There's 3 touching stories in that, and we'll make a decision if we're going to disclose the stories. Like I'll ask for permission as well from the entrance, and see if their stories can be disclosed, and if whoever the winner is, we'll see if we can get that story up. And I think that the viewers will be touched by this, and they will agree to it. We do have a couple of entries that came in where the guy says, I've got a 3 to 5 IS and I want restoration. So we've actually had about 4 or 5 of those. And look, what do we still call this? Is it a competition or is it a product? What is it?
I think still a competition.
Okay, so having said that, right, it is a competition, anybody can enter. But I think just to touch base on this quickly, guys, the aim of this project is to help the person that cannot afford to build this car. Meaning that, and where do we also draw the line? Meaning, you've got a 3 to 5 ISA. If you've, and this is my views, right? We're all entitled to our own opinion. It might be controversial now. I might be starting something online, but I'm gonna air my view anyway. And you're welcome to drop a comment and tell me what you think about it. But this is what we base this project on. If you've got an ISA and your life is not where it's supposed to be, or you're battling, like a lot of us, we would sell the car, build ourselves up, and so on like that. There's a couple of entrants that came in where the stories are touching, and I'm gonna touch on this one quickly, right? Where there's somebody that's got an E30. It was his brother's car, and his brother had passed on. So this guy never had an intention to own an E30, right? But the guy is selling in pieces, or it's selling as not as a shell, it's a complete car, or something of the sort. And he wants to bring that car, but he never intended to buy an E30. He never intended to drive an E30, right? So he doesn't have any sort of budget for it. He's a general layman. But they want to he wants to carry his brother's legacy forward. You understand? So this man has got no knowledge about E30s. He's got no budget for it. There is no money. It was never part of a plan. You understand? But that's him being closer to his brother. Do you understand what I'm saying?
It's a touching story, right? So I want to continue the legacy.
Exactly. So things like that, that's how we would like to do and build on to things like that. So when the person just comes in, some of the parents came in and said, listen, I've got a 3 to 5 hours on the restoration, and there's no motivational message behind it, there's no story behind it. Guys, I've got some people asking me, and they're well off. Some of the guys are sitting overseas. When I say sitting overseas, I mean they're working overseas. And do I qualify for my car to be built and restored? Guys, let's give the next person a chance. Let's help the next person.
And my fear with people who are not taking this serious is that gonna go through the emotions. Maybe the person becomes lucky and they win this. So we did a full restoration of the vehicle, and because it's not in him, he said, "But why don't I just sell this thing and make money out of it?"
Exactly.
And that's also possible.
So there's a lot of things to it, right? And I think for us to try and get through every single nitty gritty and grey area of this competition is going to be crazy. So I think that how we're doing it is correct. I think the stories coming in and we're analyzing the stories. And look, we're not only going to listen to a story and say this is how it is, we're also going to, the biggest thing about what we have to do is go and do the research behind it.
Yeah. Verify the story.
And verify it and make sure that it is a legitimate story. It's not just a made up story, because some people do have the time to sit and make up gunk, right? But this guy, it sounds, if you listen to the story, it sounds legitimate. It sounds, and there's another story also about a father, I think he's got an adopted son. Adopted son has got, he's got special needs. So, also can't afford it, they can't even afford it, they don't even have place to park the car, and they only have it parking it by somebody else. Where it's parked, people are stealing parts from the cars, the guys are cutting through the harness, stealing the harness, selling the harness, and so on like that. And this son with special needs is actually the stepfather's right-hand man, basically. And the stepfather's trying his best to say, listen, yeah, I'm trying, I'm working, I'm pushing, but I'm just unable to give you that bill or the car that you want. You know what I'm saying? So that's also one of the stories that has gotten our attention. And there's another one or two stories as well, but there's like 10 entries that came in now in this last week that we still got to analyze and go through.
That means it makes that frozen date almost impossible to have it as tomorrow.
So this is the reason why we're doing a video now. And guys, please understand this, right? This is not a formal competition. Right? This is not a corporate competition. Right? And I said this from day one, is that we're going to keep it low-key. It's going to be informal. So if we're going to have to chop and change and do things, we have to do it, because it has to work both sides. It's going to have to work on the competition side. We're going to have to do it with us and our sponsors. Right? Meaning maybe if one sponsor doesn't come in, one of us has to take a flex somewhere else. So we've also got to chop and change it and do as we have to. That's all. Keeping it informal. Having said that, I think, Chris, today, okay, not today. I don't even know what the date is today.
Today is the 30th. Next week Monday is the 6th.
So let's have the cut-off by next week Monday. So cut-off for entries.
Okay. Next week Monday.
Right?
12 midnight.
Yeah. So next week Monday is the 6th of January, will be the cut-off for all entries. Right? Then it will take us a week to analyze.
Okay.
The short list.
Yeah.
So we're not going through the 70.
Yeah.
We're going to shortlist it down to maybe, I think it's going to be about 8 or 10 entrants. We're going to shortlist it out, and then we're going to start verifying everything and going through everything. And that's where it's going to get a little bit emotional. It's going to get a little bit, it's going to get a bit stressful.
It's not going to be an easy process, eh? No, not.
So, and listen, we're trying to be as fair as possible. So I know that Chris has to be involved. Chris is said to be going through this here himself, but I think that you do need help in it. And I've also asked for Shane from Zenpass just to help. So we're not biased. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to keep it open and just say, guys, if this year works out, after this build year, we can get ready to start the next competition. So just say, for example, January, we start building from January to June. June comes, we hand over, July comes, we start the next competition. Then it'll run from July to December, and then next January, the next car comes in. Do you understand? So it will give the person a chance, and it doesn't also mean that if you enter now, that you can't enter again. You know what I'm saying? But it's got to be legitimate. And another thing is, I have noticed you are local here, but there's a guy by the name of Andile, and there's a few other guys that I've seen on social media tagging all of us. Right? Guys, we've noticed it, and thank you. It doesn't go unseen. So just give us a chance to start building up, and we should have small packages and small thank yous after in the time coming.
Maybe do you want to also rehash on the sponsors?
Oh yes, oh yes.
See how far we now.
Okay, so it actually came up straight after our video, right? And I was supposed to have done another not follow video, another video on the competition itself, but like October, November, December has just been crazy, right? And you can see that we haven't even gotten content of our vehicles out. So G10 Red G10 normally handles your Alpina stickers, your E30 mats, the rubber mats. It does a couple of other decals, it does vent plates and so on like that. G10 for me is essential. Listen, I've got a set of mats for the competition, and I've got to get his logo up on the content. And I think it's decals and decals, and if needed, but definitely a set of mats.
Kudos to him, eh?
So that's something nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that there alone, I think it's about 3,500 then that they're retailing for. It's 3,500 then added to it. And I didn't have to phone him. He picked up he actually sent a message and said, Sanj, it's available. Then I got another phone call as well from our guys at Global Auto Paints.
Okay, wow, okay.
So Riven also, this guy is a superstar.
The PPG.
I say it straight out, he's a superstar. And the reason I say it is because I've got some crazy ideas, some crazy requests. The scary part is this man comes back to me with the information that I need on those crazy ideas, and he makes it happen. And yes, those same crazy ideas will fall into the boat as well. So it's not crazy ideas, it's just crazy formalities of running from bare metal to paint, right? And
Painting processes.
yeah, that's on the paint side. It's not actually on the panel beating and so on, but it's more on the paint. Anyway, Riven phone, Sanj, listen here, I'm supplying paint for the vehicle. So even though we said we were taking the full cost up on that, thank you Riven for coming in and actually giving us a breather on that. Bottom line is we got A grade, or we guaranteed A grade paint on it, and we're going base coat, clear coat. We're not using 2Ks on the car, so it's gonna be solid. It's gonna be a good base. So Global Auto, I know him as Riven from PPG, right? I'll get the logo up there for you guys. I'll put his contact details also into the description, and I'll put your as well. So if you guys want mats, if you guys need paint, and it's not only high-end paints. He works from the medium and all the way to high-end, but he caters for everybody's needs. So Riven is the man to go to. You get your response time here. His response time to queries is crazy.
Yeah, I've seen him in action. He's hands-on. He's responsive.
It's crazy.
And for him to come into this project, you guarantee that super service.
It's crazy, and we've also got them starting to test the Sonex products. So that'll be something nice. So it'll be the PPG products worth the Sonex. It'll be American worth the German.
With the German, it's gonna be interesting.
That'll be something
Combination.
Okay, so is there anything else that I need to touch base on?
I think we covered all. The 6th is a cut-off date for the entries, and Sunday the 12th is the 12th.
Yeah, so we're gonna air it out Sunday the 12th. Alright, so we'll do the airing out. I'll work out the time. I think it's gonna be between 5 and 6 o'clock Sunday evening.
Yeah.
Right, so you guys are gonna be on edge, but I think it'll be good. And then once we air it out, we'll decide when the car will come in. Guys, another big thing is quickly. There's some of the entrants that came in, and we really want to look at it, but the cars are coming in as shells. So they're coming in with no motors, no gearboxes, and so on like that. Remember, our sponsors that we got on board, Zen Parts is one of them. So it comes down to an M20 motor and a multi-valve motor. The car has to have a motor. They're going to fully rebuild the motor. So it can be a broken motor, but it needs to have the carcass. At a later stage, we can look at, I'll speak to the guys at Roger, and I don't think it will be an issue. But it's not just an engine that we have to worry about. If we do have to supply an engine, there's a whole lot of hanging parts to it, and it requires more sponsors to come on board. Alright, so everybody thinks of an engine. Engine is in the car. You forget the hanging parts, you forget belts, you forget power steering pumps, alternators. Some of the motors don't come with it. Starters. If you went multi-valve into the E30s, front sumps and pickups. Then it's management systems afterwards. Then it's cooling systems on top of that. So let's leave the cars as a shell. Let's leave it for later, so we can try. It'll help us to build up sponsors as well. So we will get to that in later on in the competitions. But for now, let us get the first step of this project off the ground.
And I don't think this is changing the requirements, but I still recall you mentioned it when we first announced this competition to say that this must be a car.
Definitely.
Yeah, because with the car cars you can't do much. You really can't do much.
And it's a lot. To build these cars is not cheap.
That's not.
Hence us running the competition. Right? But also for an individual it's not cheap. As well for a company. It's still not cheap. That whether you're buying it or we're buying the parts, it's still an outlay, right? So we're relying on our partners to come on board. We're relying on their partners or sponsors to come and see the project and see the build and say, listen guys, this is what we're doing. We're willing to help you. Then we can make it possible for everybody. Right? But it also doesn't mean that you can go buy 5,000 and shell and expect it to be wow, because some of the shells are there as well. Guys, I think that's about it. So just touching base on our sponsors again. Thank you for coming out. You'll see I've allocated the logos just to repeat as we're talking about them, and I will put their descriptions or the details in the description. I think that's it.
Yes, yeah. Maybe also to encourage Ratical family to support the sponsors because they are businesses in their own rights,
100%.
and they're doing well. They're doing well for the E30 market, if you call it that.
100%.
So
I think support them like we initially asked.
Yeah.
Support them. There is a couple of guys online, and they just sharing. It's out of the blue. I'll just log on and I'll see that I've been tagged. Or sometimes with Facebook, sometimes I don't always get a notification that I've been tagged, and I see the share out. I physically see it, so I don't get a notification, and it's nice to see that. And I keep on seeing there's an Andile. I can't remember the surname. I'll get to it. Rais is crazy. He shares anything and everything that comes out. The moment it comes out, he'll share it like 10 times for the day. Andile is the guy that shares it. There's another one or two guys that share it, and we have noticed it, right? But the name Andile, I've seen that come up, and not once. So guys, thank you for that. But let's just, the only way we're gonna grow this year is to get basically, yes, I'm lost for words. Is to get the sponsors out there and to get the coverage they need as well, right? I think we can end it here. I think, look, if I've missed something, drop a comment. Let me know. And that's it.
no, that's it. Everything of the best for the new year.
Guys, be safe.
Yeah, it's rough out there now.
Be safe. JP is out there.
Okay.
Guys, we shall chat again. Take it easy. Like, subscribe, and share. I think I haven't done a video for like 2 or 3 months. And I even forgot what to say at the end. Like, subscribe, and share.
But remember, December was like only 3 hours. It flew past us.
Yeah, but you know, we worked until the end.
Yeah.
We worked until the 24th. No, 23rd. Huh? 23rd. It felt like the 24th. Guys, like, subscribe, share, do what you guys gotta do. If I have forgotten something or didn't mention something, drop a comment. Let me know. Just advise me quickly, let me know. And yeah, let's wait for cutoff. Cheers guys.
Cheers guys. Send those steps.
Yippee.